In 1984, Japan was on top of the world, an economic miracle. Names like Sony, Toyota, and Glyco were not just brands. They were symbols of a nation's triumph, a testament to hard work and collective harmony. This was the Japanese dream, a promise of endless prosperity and peace. But on March 18th, that dream ended. Two men armed with a submachine gun didn't just kidnap a man, they kidnapped a piece of a nation. This is the story of the monster with 21 faces, the most elaborate and baffling crime in modern history. It began with the abduction of Katsuhisa Ezaki, the president of the confectionery giant Glico. For 65 hours he was held captive, but the details were strange. His captors left him a bottle of water and even turned on a heater for him. Then he simply walked out, claiming he found an unguarded escape route. Was it a miracle, or was it something else? Some investigators whispered about an internal conspiracy, that maybe, just maybe, Ezaki knew his captors. The escape was just the opening act. The real terror was about to begin. When a ransom demand failed, the monster with 21 faces declared war. Not on a person, but on the entire country. They sent letters to the media announcing they had laced Glyco products with potassium cyanide. Suddenly, every box of Pocky, every package of Pretz became a potential weapon. Panic swept through grocery stores. Shelves were emptied not by shoppers, but by terrified employees. The monster even placed taunting labels on poisoned products left in stores. Eating this is dangerous. You will go to heaven. It was a twisted, godlike display of power, holding millions of lives in their hands. The criminals weren't just terrorists. They were master manipulators of the media. They sent dozens of letters, typed and taunting, directly to newspapers and TV stations. They turned the Mainichi Shimbun into their personal blog, a platform for their games. Forensic linguists analyzed the letters, noting the peculiar use of the Kyoto dialect. It was a deliberate misdirection, a clever trick to point police towards the Kansai underworld, the Yakuza, while the real perpetrators could be anyone, anywhere. They played the police, the media, and the public like a finely tuned instrument. The police were always one step behind, and their moment of greatest failure came on June the 28th. Following the monster's instructions for a cash drop, an investigator boarded a train, waiting for the signal. On the platform, he spotted a man who fit the description of one of the kidnappers, a man with piercing, fox-like eyes that didn't seem to blink. The officer was paralyzed. Strict police protocol dictated he couldn't act alone. He had to wait for backup. In those crucial seconds of hesitation, the fox-eyed man simply boarded another train and vanished into the crowd. He was right there, within arm's reach, and they let him go. The hunt intensified. Police found a suspicious van linked to another extortion attempt against House Foods. Inside, it was a ghost. A police scanner was still tuned to their frequency, listening to their every move. The driver had led them on a high-speed chase before abandoning the vehicle and disappearing into the dense woods like a phantom. The equipment found inside the van wasn't typical for a criminal gang. It was more like a military commando unit's kit. Specialized tools, maps, disguises. This deepened the mystery. Who were these people? Ex-military, foreign agents, or something else entirely? As the police sketch of the fox-eyed man circulated, a name surfaced: Manabu Miyazaki, the son of a Yakuza boss, a former student radical, a known troublemaker, and most damning of all, he was the spitting image of the man on the train platform. The circumstantial evidence was overwhelming. He had knowledge of police radio frequencies, a history with a company that made the typewriter used in the letters, and a motive. But Miyazaki had an alibi, a solid one, for a key moment in the crime spree. Despite the mountain of suspicion, he was never charged. Was he the mastermind? Or was he another elaborate misdirection, a pawn in the monster's game? For the police, the case became a national shame. Superintendent Yamamoto of the Shiga Prefecture Police, who had been leading the hunt, couldn't bear the failure. On a quiet day in August 1985, 1 year after the fox-eyed man's escape, Yamamoto walked into his backyard, doused himself in kerosene, and set himself on fire. His tragic death was a deeply Japanese response to failure, an act of ultimate responsibility. The monster's response? A final, chilling letter. Yamamoto died like a man, so we've decided to give our condolences. We'll forget about torturing food-making companies. It was their coldest, most cruel act, a final mockery of the law. After that, the monster with 21 faces went silent. The letters stopped. The threats ended. They simply disappeared. Years passed, and the statute of limitations on the crimes began to expire. Kidnapping in 1995, extortion in 2000. The case officially went cold. What happened? Theories still swirl. Some say the Yakuza, tired of the police attention and the disruption to their own rackets, silenced the group permanently. Others point to a more complex theory, that the entire affair was a front for a massive stock market manipulation scheme, a way to get rich while the country trembled in fear. The monster was never caught. The case remains one of the world's greatest unsolved mysteries, but its legacy is everywhere in Japan. Food packaging was redesigned with tamper-proof seals. Security camera networks were expanded. The crime forced a naive nation to confront a dark truth, that evil can be intelligent, organized, and utterly faceless. The monster with 21 faces isn't just a ghost from the past. It's a symbol of the cracks in a perfect system, a reminder that the person sitting next to you could have a story you'd never imagine. They are the ghosts of a dream that was so violently interrupted. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to keep exploring the deepest mysteries of our world.